Your past doesn't define you, how you handle it does. Imagine this: you are living in peace. You have moved on from past wounds, mistakes, and the experiences you were not proud of. Then one day, somebody, perhaps a person you once trusted, once shared almost everything with, dives into that past and takes it out like a knife. They twist it, reminding you of the pain you believed was forgotten. And in a voice of pity and contempt, they say, "You remember that, right? That's who you were." In that particular moment, your heart pounds. It's not because the past has resurfaced, but rather because you've realized someone is exploiting it against you. That feeling? It's betrayal all over again. And what's the first thing the majority of us do? We get irritated. We get defensive. We begin explaining. We try to justify, "I have changed. I'm no longer that person anymore." But the more we justify, the more we fall into their trap. We give them the power to manipulate our emotions. The Stoic doesn't do that. And now, I will share with you 3 Stoic responses you can use if somebody brings up your past to hurt you. 3 things to say, not with rage, but with unshakable calm. First response: yes, that happened. The initial inclination of the ego is denial. We try too hard to forget. We want to pretend it never happened. But in Stoic philosophy, acceptance is the ultimate liberation. If somebody says, "I remember you did not succeed at that company," or "you got betrayed because of how you handled matters," you don't defend yourselves. You don't explain yourself. You just look them in the eye and say, "Yes, definitely, that happened." No justifications, no shame, no guilt. Why does that simple statement hold such power? Because it steals the one thing they desire most: your reaction. Those who utilize your past to attack you aren't looking for the reality, they're looking for control. They want to see you shake and justify. But when you handle it gently, they lose all control. Their weapon suddenly has no edge. Here's an example: an old friend reminds you how you were dismissed several years ago for a silly mistake. You respond, "Yes, and I learned an insightful lesson from it." In that moment, you overpower them. Because if you're no longer ashamed of who you were, nobody can use it against who you are. Seneca, the Roman philosopher, once said, "There is nothing more noble than standing before your own flaws and saying, 'Yes, I did that, and I learned from it.'" If you accept your past, you recover its meaning. You take control of your story rather than having another person tell it for you. Second response: I have learned from it. This is the statement that changes your past into power. It changes the conversation from, "I was wrong," to, "I have evolved." People who use your past against you only see who you used to be. What they don't know is that you are not that individual any longer. Like a sword forged in fire, you get sharper with every break. The mistakes in your life are not weaknesses. They are where the light comes in. Think of Nelson Mandela, 27 years in jail, a past that could have killed any spirit. But he said, "I do not despise them. I learned that real freedom starts within." Therefore, if somebody tells you, "You failed in your marriage. How can you talk about love?" You grin and respond, "Because my heart has broken, I understand what love is not and what it sincerely is." That's not a reaction. That's wisdom. You're not defending yourself. You are evolving yourself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Every challenge is an opportunity to practice virtue." Therefore, when they try to hurt you with your past, use that same past to show how strong you are. That's the art of transformation, transforming agony into wisdom and wounds into signs of emotional maturity. Third response: why are you bringing this up now? This is the question that silences any manipulator. No disrespect, no sarcasm, only pure, real curiosity. And that calmness is what they cannot stand. When you ask, why, you transfer the roles from the person who is being attacked to the person observing the attack. They were trying to manipulate your emotions, but now they have to confront their own intent. You have held up a mirror and forced them to stare into that shadow they have been hiding from. If their plans were sincere, your question causes them to pause, think, and perhaps feel guilty. But if they intend to hurt you, they collapse under the pressure of their own exposure. So remember, when you gently ask, "Why are you bringing this up now?" you have already taken back control. You have set the spotlight on them. That is the instant the balance of power flips, without a single scream. Your calmness turns into armor. Your silence, a wall of steel. The Stoic understands that silence is not weakness. It's the highest level of power. If somebody tries to provoke your emotions, every impulsive response turns into a gift you deliver to them. Seneca once said, "The person who irritates you conquers you." You could lose the argument, but you win in calmness. You might not strike back, but you hold your peace. And in today's society, where every person is screaming, explaining, and justifying, the person who remains silent is the person who holds control.